Welcome to ClickMyProject.com. Now we are going to discuss about the project role of zoning in facial expression using deep learning. Now we are going to discuss about the abstract of the process. Facial expressions gives the important information about the people emotions. Understanding the facial expression accurately is one of the challenging tasks in the interpersonal relationships. So automatic emotions recognitions using the facial expression is an area of interest within the various fields, as for the instance of the computer science, healthcare, biomedical engineering, as well as the psychology. So facial expressions needs to be analyzed in various fields. In this process we understand this importance, then we proposed a method for the automatic emotion recognition based on the facial expressions by exploiting the machine learning techniques as well as the deep learning techniques. The proposed method is able to classify the facial images under the analysis in one of 7 different emotions like angry, disgust, fearful, happy, neutral, and surprised. So these are the emotions undergone in this process. These feature extractions will be carried out by means of the machine learning, and then the classification will be carried out by means of the deep learning. Hence, doing this two things, we are going to classify the facial expressions of the persons. Now we are going to discuss about the flow diagram of the process. This is the overall working flow of this project. This project consists the modules such as the input, pre-process, segmentation, feature extraction, classification, and finally performance estimation. So in this first input image is taken from the dataset. The dataset consists of lots and lots of images which is belonging to the emotions like happy, sad, disgust, fear, so surprise, so and so on. After getting any one image from the input, the pre-processing will be carried out. In this pre-processing, actually 2 stages of pre-processing will be there. One is the image resize, then the another one is the grayscale conversion. The purpose of image resize is to resizing the size of the image with respect to number of row and then the number of a column. The reason for resizing is in case if the dimension of the image is too much of high, in the sense it will having the good quality image but the time taken to the execution is more. That is the reason we are going to do the image resize to maintain the optimum size of the image. After doing this one, the grayscale conversion will be carried out. Even though the image is looking like a grayscale, it is having the some of the RGB bands, so we have to convert that RGB band into one grayscale band by means of the pre-processing step. After doing this one, the segmentations will be carried out. In this segmentation, first of all, the data will be splitted into one each category. For example, in my process, if it is on 7 categories of the facial expressions will be there, means first of all the data will be segmented to those 7 categories separately. After doing this one, the feature extraction will be carried out to generate the test feature and trained features. So the feature extraction is carried by means of the deep learning and machine learning algorithms named as CNN and LBP. By using these 2 things, we are going to extract the features from the images. After doing the feature extraction, the train feature and test feature will be generated. The test feature is the feature of the input image, and then the train feature is the feature of the dataset images. After extracting the features from the images, the classification will be carried out. In this classification, machine learning and deep learning is combined together to generate the classification result. Here the input for the classification is test feature, train feature, as well as the labels. Label is nothing but the number of categories. So after doing the feature extraction and classification, the performance will be evaluated. The performance will be evaluated by means of the accuracy, error rate, sensitivity, and specificity. Most probably we will concentrate on the accuracy and the error rate to estimate the appropriate performance of the classification. Now we are going to discuss about the running procedure of the process. At first, open the Spider 3.7 and then change the current directory like this. Once you have to execute the file, just open the main file.py and then you can see the code. Now you have to click the run button. Now the code will be executed automatically. The dataset will be opened. In that dataset you can see the lots and lots of expressions will be there. Among that we have to select any one expressions folder. Then among that we have to select any one image then from the expressions folder. After doing the selection of the input image from the dataset, the process will be done automatically one by one in the console window. During the training it will take some time to the execution. Now the process will be working one by one. So these are the results belonging to the deep learning algorithm. So after finishing the steps one by one, I just explain you the overall results in this project. Now the process was executed. This is the original image which we have taken by the user from the dataset. So after getting the input image from the dataset, the pre-processing will be carried out. You can see the difference between this original image and then the pre-processed image. Now the size of the original image is around 50 cross 50, so it is looking like very small images. So the purpose of image resize in the sense, in case in the input image is having the very small dimension, in the sense the pixels will be breaks. So that reason we have to improve the quality of the image by doing the image resize. Here the resize will be carried out around the number of row 224 and then the number of column will be the 224. After doing this one, so the image will be enlarged as well as the grayscale conversion will be carried out. So normally, even though the image is looking like a grayscale image, it is having the RGB bands, so we have to convert the image into a grayscale band. After doing this one, we have to extract the pattern kind of features from these images. After doing the feature extractions, the classification will be carried out. Before that, the convolutional neural network features will be extracted here. These are the layers we have assigned in the convolutional neural network. After that, the epochs will shows how many epochs we have selected. Then the RNN will be carried out. So these are the layers presented in the RNN. Similarly, the epochs for the RNN will be shown here. Finally, the identified result is happy during the classification stage. Once everything was completed, we have to evaluate the performance of the process for CNN, machine learning as well as the RNN algorithm. So these are the comparisons of CNN, RNN and machine learning algorithm here.